pity also to get a penalty against like that, because we were dominating the game from the start. So it's positive already that everybody has the mentality again to not stay in that moment and in the disappointment, but to react directly what they did. A lot of good offensive actions with the players who were here last season, but also with the new guys who start to understand the story better and better. And defensively, things to work on. I think we take 2 similar goals. We spoke about that in halftime. So that's normal also with new players that they need to learn things, and it's by mistakes. That's part of the journey.
For all the team were very good, I thought. Defensively now that's 10 goals in 4 games. Is that a concern? Is that a worry? No?
No. Of course, I want to get less goals against, but for example, against Man U, we had 3 shots on goal, and they make 2 goals. And it's not that Jack played a bad game, certainly not. So you need to look a little bit through the stats also, because against Man U we played a good defensive game. Today we played also in a lot of moments a good defensive game, but we made a few mistakes that in the future will not happen anymore, because we learn out of that. And that's the story with new players and new squads, rebuilding things. You need to build out of something, so mistakes is along the way. And you need to learn out of that and work on that. So that's in every team in the world. You cannot do it in a different way.
That's now your pre-season game's over. How would you assess how your team's looking ahead of the start of the league season?
We are in a way where we want to be, but I never have expectations in that way. So we go full to win the 3 points against Hearts, and we need to be on top of our toes for that. We know that. So we start out that, and then out of this game, we will make mistakes to learn out of that, to be the next game better and better and better. And like this, the next couple of months, with the players who are starting, with the players coming in, with making players also fitter. So in a way, the pre-season continues for some players. They are not everybody is stopped yet, but that was also impossible after injuries or with players coming in late in the building. So there's work to do, we know, but we're looking forward to that.
Philippe, are you confident that the team will be competitive this season in terms of a title race, or is that a judgment you can only make once the transfer window closes and you know the players you have to work with?
No, it's simple. I want to win everything, and I want that mentality in my squad. So I'm not looking at, is it possible with this group or that group, or this one is gone or this one comes instead. No, I want to have this mentality that everybody makes his best and goes hard to win everything. That needs to be the mentality, and we have still some things to do on the transfer market, we know, and we go hard for that. But those are the things you have under control, not the quality of other teams, for example. So we need to focus on ourselves, what we did in these first 5 months that we were together also, to focus on ourselves and to push hard with all the players who are available. And sometimes it was not many players who were available. With all these players, to get the maximum out of every game and to get the 3 points. That's our focus.
Do you expect to add to the squad again before the Hearts game?
That's a question. That's a good question as a journalist, but you know I cannot answer that, because as long as there's no a pen put on paper, there's nothing in this world. So it can be in 5 minutes, it can be in 5 weeks. I don't know. But there will be other signings.
There's been a lot of talk this week, Philip, that you've got an interest in Hearts striker Lauren Shankland. What can you tell us about that?
That I don't go into rumours, and for sure I will not speak about players of teams we're going to play against.
You said that you had a number of players in, number of players out, but in your own head, are you starting to settle on a starting 11 for the Hearts game?
For the Hearts game, yes, but it will be another one against Kiev. That's the only way we can do it. So we need to make a rotation the next couple of weeks, because not enough players are ready to have their best performance during 90 minutes. So it's game by game, taking the maximum out of it. Also seeing who copes with it. who stays fit, who becomes stronger, who's the most competitive. So in that way, I have an idea now in my head, yes, today, but it can change during the week also what I see in the training with the players. So it's about that for them competing every time to be in that starting 11 or to be on the bench to make the difference.
You spoke about Todd in midweek. Have you had any other conversations with other players who will potentially move on? Have you had conversations?
No, there's nobody else who came to me that he wanted to leave. No, nobody else.
Dujon Sterling missed out today. Is there a concern about his ability to play game week after week? I mean, he seems to be.
No,
he's fit
yeah,
sometimes.
But the reality, you need to see the reality, and we are building things. So clearly, I like the player Dujon Sterling, and you guys have seen because he's played a lot of games with me, much more than before. When he was at Rangers, he played in different positions. But this preseason, he did 3 times more than he ever did in a preseason. But still, it's not enough to do all the preseason. So it's with a lot of things in the club, in the squad. We need time to build things. You cannot change everything in 1 month or in 6 weeks with a player, all the body composition and everything. So he's getting better and better. It was only a small thing. He played a good game against Manu. I think he played 60 or 80 minutes there. So step by step, becoming stronger. And that's the journey with a lot of players in the squad.
Well, can you tell us the latest situation with the captain?
That's the last one.
Can you tell us the latest situation with your captain? There's been so much talk.
What situation?
Well, there's been
I don't see a
Well, there has
situation.
been so much talk that he might be one of the players who could go. There's been interest, supposedly.
No,
from other clubs.
I told you guys that Todd is the only one who came to my office to say that he wanted to leave, and that's it.
But has there been interest in James?
I don't know. There's maybe interest in a lot of players. I don't know. He's a player for Rangers and he's playing for Rangers. So as long as they don't say that they want to leave, they're player for Rangers.
Do you think he will be a Rangers player for the season?
I think that for every player who was here or was in training, who's not saying that they want to leave.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, Philip.
So we will see.
Thank you.
Gaffer, just